What's up, Risers? Let's talk fantasy baseball here on Fantasy Cruncher. This is brought to you by teamriseorfall.com. We are partnered with FC. If you end up signing up with us, teamriseorfall.com, you get $20 to use on Fantasy Cruncher every single month. That's $240 per year. If you're already currently an FC user, you actually can apply this $20 to your current account, meaning you basically can add us for less than $10 a month. So good luck. Enjoy. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the projections off of this MLB DFS homepage on teamriseorfall.com. A lot of tools here, a whole bunch of content. What am I looking for first? It's right here. It's the projections. So here I am. I slide over. I'm going to click FanDuel, download button. There they are down there at the CSV. And I'm going to slide back to Fantasy Cruncher. And here we go. This is the FC tutorial. I've grabbed my projections. Now what? I'm going to click Upload Data, upload my file. I've got my FanDuel projections. Click Skip All. And again, I'm going to talk semi-quickly, but you're just going to have to pause it, watch it, rewind, slow down my voice, whatever it is. And then unclick these two. So I don't want to skip these two. I'm going to click Add Data to Table, Upload Projections. All right, there we go. We've got the projections in there, a couple names spelled differently. All right, so here we go. Down at the bottom of the screen, I'm saying I want one lineup. Now, I made an optimal lineup video, and that is on YouTube as well. I think it's a previous video, so go ahead and watch that if you want to learn how to build optimals. What I want to show you more or less today is going to be just what are you looking at here on FC and how do you use it. So up here at the top, you are sorted by all players, which is nice, or you can separate it, pitchers, hitters, first base, catcher, second base, blah, blah, blah. Now, one thing that I think is actually pretty cool, if you want to sort multiple positions, you're able to do that by holding on to the shift button. So if I hold the shift button and click, whatever I click, now FC will sort. All right, so now I'm sorting these positions. Very helpful in different sports. Up to you whether you want to use it for MLB. So the first thing I did, my game filter, 11 games. I am all set. I'm ready to rock and roll. I have my projections here. I can sort by my projections now. I can sort by FC Pro ownership. I can sort by any other categories I want. If I'm looking at the pitchers and I want to sort some of these statistics, I can do that. If I've gone to, my MLB homepage on teamriseorfall.com, one thing I could probably upload if I wanted was our simulation model. So I could upload the Sims model right into FC and then use it live on FC. We try to make all of our content downloadable so that you can just download, click the upload button into FC, and then have it all here in front of you. We think the best way to use our content, upload it right here if you're an FC member, and just use the Sims model right in here, or use the tiered rankings right in here, and you can kind of have this beautiful display. Now, you have multiple categories that you can change around in the advanced options. If you are MMEing, a very standard industry number that people use is 3 uniques. So you can set this to 3 uniques. Another thing you'll likely want to do is set some type of minimum salary. This is an arbitrary number on what you feel most comfortable with. For the sake of this example, I will set this at $34,500, meaning every single lineup will use up $34,500 at minimum of the $35,000 salary. Down here, you've got your randomness factor. Let's leave it. Let's put it at 100%. Let's get crazy. Whatever. FC Pro is the best, so I'm going to add that in there. Here's your global exposure. If you wanted to say every single player, I don't want any more than 55% ownership. Okay, there you go. That's how you do that. So if I'm going to crunch out lineups, watch, I'm going to crunch this out. I'm on FC Rewind right now. I am kind of having just a bunch of rando commandos plugged in there based on the projection for yesterday's slate. You'll see if I did not set up a stack, you're not going to get many 4-man stacks. You're going to be in trouble here. You're not going to win many tournaments with only 7 4-man stacks. All right, a 4-man stack means you have 4 players from one team. That means you would have 4 Padres. I'll click this little search button. You can see it here. Jerkson Profar, Fernando Tatis Jr., Will Myers, and Eric Hosmer. You have 4 San Diego Padres. That's a 4-man stack. You don't have a 3-man stack on the other side. You're going to be in trouble. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to scroll up to the top. It's the very next thing I suggest doing. I'm going to go to my advanced options, team stacks tab up at the top. Create new stack. This is how I'm going to target my tournaments here. Now, I'm clicking 4 players tournament. You have the option here to select however many gaps you want in your order. Having no gap would mean, let's say the second batter is the first person you use. It would have the second, the third, the fourth, and then the 5th hitter in a row. All 4 players right in a row because you said you don't want any gaps between your batting order. If you set it at 1 gap, that means you could have the leadoff hitter, then the second hitter, and then it skips the third hitter, because you said you can have one gap, and it'll go to the fourth hitter and then the fifth hitter. So you can have a 1, 2, 4, 5 stack. You set it at 2 players. Again, that could be the third hitter, the fourth hitter, and then it could skip the fifth and sixth, and then use the seventh and eighth. So however you set this up, figure out what type of correlation you want and go from there. For the sake of this example, I'm just going to keep it at any because it is what it is. I'm going to go over here. Max projected, you can sort by any of these categories. So if you want to see, what does Vegas say? Where are the teams that are projected to score the most runs today? Well, Vegas right here has the Dodgers implied team total at 6.45 runs against German Marquez in Colorado. So I can sort by this. From here, I can remove teams. I can add the ones I want based on whatever factors. Here are my top 3 potential offenses based on Vegas implied. You've got the Dodgers at 6.45, 5.25 runs for the Padres, and an applied team total of 4.79 for KC. All right, there we go. Whatever. I did that. I'm going to create a new stack. And now this one is going to be a 3-player stack because that is my personal preference. You do what you like. And maybe I sort by max projected this time. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Let's remove all, and I'll go Dodgers, Padres, Colorado, whatever. We'll keep it crisp here, nice and easy. And I've created 2 different stack groups. And by the way, you can leave all teams. I'm just showing example here. And I am now going to crunch out lineups. And let's see how many lineups we can crunch out with these settings and see how our lineups look. So when you are crunching this out, you can sort by these positions. Look at this. Pitchers right now, I'm getting a wide array of pitchers. This is why I think it's imperative to set up a pitcher pool. I often will not go into a tournament slate and say, I want all of these pitchers. This is way too many. I don't want exposure like this. I kind of want to pare it down to like 5, maybe 6 to 8, something like that on a large slate. And now slide over to team stacks, and you can see, well, here are all my 4-man stacks. I have 47% of all of my 4-man stacks wrapped up in Padres. I have 46% of the Royal stacks here, 69 of my 150, and then the final 11 stacks were Dodgers. Now, since these 2 ended up being used a ton in the 4-mans, I have 77 3-mans in the Dodgers. So I still had a ton of Dodger stacks. Don't sweat it. All right, so let's take a peek at our lineups, and let's see how we did. We're going to sort by clicking this button, actual score, and holy smokes, that's a pretty good score, 229 yesterday. And let's see, select contest. How did a 229 do? Did we win a tournament? We got pretty darn close with Team Rise or Fall projections. In fact, let's see, 150 lineups in the $9 rally. Okay, the winning lineup was a 244 yesterday. Not bad. Cash lineup was a 141. Well, let me show you how you can see how many lineups cashed out. So I'm going to scroll down here. I'm looking for a 141. That was a pretty good scroll. I'm going to right-click on this, unselect lineups below. And here we go. 77 lineups cashed. I had a bunch of lineups towards the top here. That's a pretty good day using those settings that I randomly just set up just for my tutorial video. Would have had myself a day, an absolute day. That's some pretty good spreads there. And if you can set this up however you'd like, I just set it up like this. What the heck? It worked out well. Let's say I went a little bit more generic and I just said, you know what? I want some 4-man stacks. And I want 3-man stacks. I'm out of time, Mitch. I don't have time to do anything else. There you go. Then you go into your pitcher pool, and maybe you are going to sort by projection, and you uncheck them. Maybe you just want these guys. All right. And maybe we sort by value. And, okay, I got some good value arms. All right, let's calculate. So I've pared down my pool at least by half for the pitchers, and we'll just see what happens. I have no clue. We'll see if we can compare it. But honestly, I'm just trying to show you there's just so many different ways to crunch, build lineups. And as you can see, look at the team stacks. Look at the exposure. It's spread out drastically now. So instead, before where I was targeting just 3 offenses for 4-mans and 3 offenses for 3-man stacks, that means 4 from one team, 3 from the next. Now, my friends, look at the exposure. And this is why I'm not a big fan of using all offenses. I usually try to target a few. I'm looking at maybe 6 to 8 offenses that I like for the day, and I'm just going to make my stacks around them with my 6 to 8 pitchers and go from there. And then I don't pare down my player pool. I get asked that a lot. What do you do with your hitter pool? I don't touch them. Everyone's in play because I want them all to be available for the 6 to 8 offenses I make stacks with. And then the one-off, for each team. Now, a one-off means if I have 4-man stack, it gives me 4 Padres. A 3-man stack gives me 3 Dodgers. Well, I still have one more player to be included in my offense. That's the one-off, and that ended up being Gleyber Torres for this offense. Let me sort by actual score, and let's see how we did. 226. So we had a pretty good day just going raw projections yesterday and just crunching like this. That's kind of wild. So if you were a member yesterday and you MME'd and you generically set up 4-3 stacks, you had yourself quite the fantastic opening day for MLB. It looks like you probably went bonkers. Let's see how many lineups would have cashed here. And by the way, this is with 100% global exposure randomness. Had you gone even so it would take a little bit longer, but had you gone closer to projections, it looks like you probably would have had yourself a smash day. Oh, look at this. It's actually quite quick. I kind of want to see the results. So I'm going to let this crunch itself out. If you want to see the rest of that crunch and you're like, well, how did it turn out? I need to know. That's what we do every single day at 12:30 p.m. Eastern and 11:30 a.m. Central on Twitch and here on YouTube. Now, all the likes and the subs and the comments and the reply section down below, that's the stuff that really pushes the Rise or Fall brand as far as it can. We don't have a marketing team. You're our marketing team. You just help us out. Free videos, free content, free information, free research, free stuff for you by supporting free content with the likes and the subs. You've done a great job. We're up to 2.6K subs on YouTube and I think 2,100 on Twitch, and that has helped us immensely. We're at over 1,500 people in Discord in just our first 6 months, so clearly it's working, and thank you so much for your support. We hope for continued free content to be published for all of you and the continued support for that free content to continue as well. So, all right, a lot of continues in there. I'll see you on the inside, my friends. Together we rise, baby.